Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we are is we're actually at Tempo MANORHOUSE Estate. Now, I can't video inside because I'm waiting on permission to do that. But I'm going to talk to you from the outside and show you at least what I can. So the estate was the seat of the Maguires. I'm not going to try and pronounce this, I'll just spell it. C-U-C-H-O-N-N-A-C-H-T, Maguire, organised what is known as the Flight of the Earls. So this left most of Ulster vacant of ownership and therefore confiscated by the English. Of course, the Flight of the Earls refers to the Gaelic lords who fled Ireland. And then Brian, who was C-U-G-H-O-N-N-A-C-T-S's heir, was determined to make the best of the situation and was one of the first of the grantees to actually settle on the estate of 13,000 to 14,000 acres. Now, remarkably, Brian was able to hold on to the land even under the Cromwellian period. And Brian Maguire died in 1655 and he was succeeded by his 5-year-old grandson, who was also called C-U-C-H-O-N-N-A-C-T. And you can see some of the branches down there, obviously from the storm Friday week ago. So, as I say, he was succeeded then by the gentleman that I've just spelt his name, who grew up to be an extravagant young man, spending well beyond the modest income that his estate actually provided. And he was also a devoted Jacobite and was appointed High Sheriff of Fermanagh by King James II. So this is the entrance to the estate. As you can see, it says Tempo Manor. But as I say, I'm still waiting to see if I can record inside. There must have been something in there, obviously, at one time, which is now gone. There's a lovely wee garden over there and pond, but unfortunately you can't see it because of the trees. And the house itself is beautiful. I was up at the house. Absolutely fantastic. And you can also stay here. You can actually rent. There's wee, I don't know what you would call them, but anyway, you can rent them. They're not chalets, they're not houses. You'll know what I'm talking about. But you can actually rent them and stay in them for a wee holiday here in Tempo, in County Fermanagh. Again, you can see another indentation there where something has been. So obviously these boards here have replaced whatever that was. Unless maybe that's the way they were made for decoration. I don't know. But beautiful area. Of course, the river runs through here as well. It's fantastic. But unfortunately, that's as far in as I can take you. So, as I say, Brian was succeeded by his 5-year-old grandson, and he would become a Jacobite. And of course, his name was C-U-C-H-O-N-N-N-A-C-T. Sorry, I have to spell this, but I just cannot pronounce it. So he was, as I say, a devoted Jacobite, and as I say, he was appointed sheriff of Fermanagh by King James II, and he raised a regiment of infantry to fight for the king. And he was actually killed along with most of his regiment, most of his men, at the Battle of Aughrim in 1691, which of course was part of the Williamite Wars in Ireland. And because he died in arms against King William III, he was declared a traitor after his death, and his estate was confiscated. And the estate was then granted to the Earl of Belmore, and the eldest son of the man I just mentioned, who was Brian Maguire, who's the eldest son of, I'll spell it anyway, Cuchonachacht, claimed that his father had only a life interest in the estate, and so he succeeded in actually proving the claim, or in other words, that the estate only belonged to his father as long as his father lived, and would be passed on to his heir. So as a result, Temple Manor is one of only a handful of Ulster estates that actually remained in Gaelic Catholic ownership. Now, during the time of the penal laws in the early 18th century, a Roman Catholic couldn't leave his estate to his heir. He had to spread the estate among his sons unless he was willing to conform to the established church, which in this case was the Anglican Church. And so Robert Maguire conformed along with his brother Hugh. Hugh was known as the Wicked Colonel, and Hugh conformed a few years later. Now, the estate was eventually sold by the Maguire family to Samuel Lyle, who was a linen merchant from Londonderry in 1799, although he never actually lived here at the estate. And the Maguire house therefore decayed rapidly, but a new house was built in 1863, and it was actually designed by the famous architect, and that was Charles Lanyon. Now, the next owner was William Tennent, and Sir William Tennent was the son of a Presbyterian minister, the Reverend John Tennent of Ballymoney. And in 1809, Sir William established the Commercial Bank, which later amalgamated with the Belfast Banking Company. Just going to show you over the wall here. And of course, that became part of the Northern Bank, which is now called Danske Bank. Now, Sir William Tennent was arrested in 1798 as a suspected leader of the United Irishmen, and he was imprisoned in Scotland for nearly 4 years at Fort George. Now, William later suggested that he had been mistaken by an informant for his brother John, who had shared a meeting with the United Irish Northern Executive, at which a rising actually was discussed. So in other words, he claimed that he was innocent. But innocent or not, he was sent to Fort George for nearly 4 years. Now, Sir William had paid Lyle £29,000 for Temple estate, but like Lyle, he didn't actually live here, and he only stayed here when he was on short visits to Fermanagh. Sir William died on the 20th of July 1832, and he had been born on the 26th of June 1759. Now, Sir James Emerson Tennent was MP for Belfast and then for Lisburn, and it was him that got the new mansion built in 1863. So there you go. that's a history anyway of Tempo and the Manor House and estate. And so this road here will take you into the village, as you can see from the houses. But it would be great if I can get in there and video in there. The house is absolutely fantastic. Some places will let you in into the grounds and video, and then there's other places that don't, unfortunately. But such is life. So I'm going to cross over here. Dangerous couple of wee bends here in this road, so there is. But I'll give you a wee view of the village. That's one of the streets into the village. You can see the old lighting there, or at least replica of the old lighting. And it says here, welcome to Tempo. So thanks for watching, and God bless. And just before I leave you, you can see the stone circle at the top, which of course is another entrance into Tempo. You'll see that. Of course, it's not ancient, it's modern. It was put there to represent the Celtic heritage of the village. So thanks for watching, and God bless.